This time, I had the opportunity to take a look at the app Yarn. Yarn is a chat fiction app which lets users take a voyeuristic peek into another person's text messages that tell a story. Story contents range from horror to steamy sexts and can get incredibly violent and explicitly sexual very fast. I wouldn't recommend using this app with anyone younger than 15 or 16, but that's up to the discretion of the adult in charge. The app, along with apps like Hooked, sells itself as bite-sized reading, but it really just feeds into gossip-mongering, conflict-heavy, and dangerously dramatic environments. Some of the stories are clever, sure, and focus on celebrities. An example given on Common Sense Media mentions a story about LeBron James texting his own hairline. And when I used the app, there was a story about becoming Blue Ivy's nanny. This story in particular was a choose-your-own-adventure style story that was interactive, but some of the other stories were purely tap to continue and learn what happens in a more traditionally narrative style. I also noticed that in some stories there were options to choose your own adventure, but one of them, typically the more interesting or provocative option, would be behind a paywall for an in-app currency. Ultimately, these stories were cheesy, pulpy, and of pretty low quality, and it's pretty clear the writers don't take into account how actual people talk or text. But they were entertaining enough to hold my attention over a couple of days. It's also useful to note, the app is free to download on both Android and iOS devices, but that it's not free to use indefinitely. For the purposes of this video, I took advantage of the 7-day free trial offered to new users. After the 7-day trial, users can choose to subscribe for $4.99 a week, but also offered are monthly subscriptions at $19.99 a month and yearly subscriptions at a whopping $99.99 per year. This seems steep to me, based on the quality of content and the fact that users have reported being shoehorned into one of the available genres with weekly releases of new content. As far as use in a library setting goes, Yarn doesn't offer much. Due to its relatively high monetary threshold for entry, low-quality content, and reinforcement of some dangerous habits, like spreading rumors or stoking the drama fires, it just doesn't lend itself to productive conversation, unless, of course, the conversation is cautionary in nature. Sure, librarians could talk about the permanence of digital communication and the internet, or how youth's own text messages come across to other people, but it may just come across as preachy and impersonal, and I'm honestly not sure I'd be comfortable using it with teens unless the setting was just right.